there, sports fans! My name's Sam, and this is Nutrition Made Easy.
Yeah!
So, it seems to me like people aren't as afraid of protein as they are of carbohydrates and fat. And I don't understand why, but whatever. Anyways, protein is great. And just like carbohydrates and fat, we need it in our diets. And protein is really found everywhere in our body. It's in enzymes, it's in our hair, our skin, our organs, just everywhere. So where can we find protein in our food? Well, let's do some myth busting. Myth number 1. Protein is only found in meat. Sam, smash! Grah! No! Protein isn't only found in meat. Protein is found in many food sources, such as eggs, milk, grains, legumes, soybeans, and tofu. So what are proteins really? Proteins are made up of these little molecules called amino acids. So imagine you had a house of Legos. The Lego house would be the protein, and the Lego blocks would be the amino acids. Amino acids can generally be broken down into 2 groups: essential and non-essential amino acids. Now, when I say non-essential, I don't mean that your body doesn't use them. The difference is that essential amino acids you have to get from your diet, whereas non-essential amino acids your body can make from other compounds. So let's look at a list of some essential amino acids, shall we? You've got your methionine, your lysine, phenylalanine. Oh, phenylalanine! Oh, high five, right? No. Okay. I see that you're starting to fall asleep. The bottom line is you don't need to know the names of these essential amino acids. Just remember methionine and lysine for later. So why is it important to know the difference between essential and non-essential amino acids? Well, that's because protein sources vary in the types of and quantities of amino acids that they contain. So on that note, let's talk about protein complementation. Back in the day, people thought that if you were getting mostly plant sources of protein, it was important for you to pair up a couple of these sources to make sure you're getting enough of the essential amino acids. For example, animal sources of protein such as milk, eggs, and meat, and some plant sources such as quinoa, spinach, and soybeans, are good sources of a complete high-quality protein. So what do I mean by high quality? Well, by this I mean that not only does it contain all 9 essential amino acids, it also has enough of each of them. However, certain plant sources contain all 9 essential amino acids, but tend to be limiting in quantity in 1 or 2. Mainly, I'm talking about grains, which tend to be limiting in lysine, and legumes, which tend to be limiting in methionine. So there were all these guidelines set out on how to pair up different sources of protein to make sure you're getting enough of all 9 essential amino acids. Nowadays, though, it seems like this term is slowly falling into disuse and people have relaxed these guidelines. The main message seems to be that as long as you get a wide variety of protein sources in your diet, you will be getting all 9 essential amino acids. So that begs the question, are we getting enough protein in our diets? And the short answer is yes. Eating protein like a boss. Amino acid like a boss. It's aviator like a boss. The recommended intake for protein in our diets is 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. But forget about the stats, because most sources have found that the general population does pretty much get enough protein in their diets. And now you might ask, what if I'm an athlete? Even athletes don't need that much more protein in their diets than us regular Joes. And what if I'm a vegetarian or a vegan? The one thing to remember here is that some plant sources of protein aren't as readily digested as animal sources of protein. But even then, most sources still find that even vegetarians and vegans are probably getting enough protein in their diet. If you want more information about the stats that I just talked about, go to this resource down here. They'll tell you everything you need to know. So what about high protein diets? Well, I've done some digging into the literature. Yeah, you have. Oh, that doesn't really work here, does it? Never mind. And basically, I'm not going into this topic right now. There are way too many papers published, so much data and opinions and ins and outs about this subject that it's really going to take me more than 2 minutes to go over. But I promise I'll cover it in an upcoming video. And as always, before making any really big lifestyle choices with regards to your diet, it's really important to talk to a doctor or a dietitian or some sort of health professional. And, as always, read my references and keep yourself informed. Well, that's it for me. My name's Sam, and this has been Nutrition Made Easy. Thanks for watching.
One a day for some protein. What a day for amino acids. When I call them essential, means you have to get them from your diet. Meat is a good source of protein, that's true. But eggs, milk, soybeans, and quinoa got it too. So if you eat a range of protein-rich foods, you'll get all you need in a day, and hey, that's good.